Hey guys, this is Daniel Lee on Melee Science, and today we're going to talk about Pikachu in our character analysis. Now, last time we talked about why Hungrybox is the only player that's seeing a large degree of success with Jigglypuff. Well, this week we want to talk about why Axe is the only top Pikachu. This is a question I've gotten frequently on social media and also in my YouTube comments. In the early days of Smash and Melee history, we generally had a lack of top player representation for Pikachu. It wasn't really until Axe in 2009 at Genesis 1 that we really saw a breakout performance from the character. Although throughout history we've had some minor representation with Pikachu and we've seen some degree of success, because we don't see too many Pikachu players, it's really hard to get information, to study videos, or have guides or resources to provide for newer players to learn how to play Pikachu. Not only that, but Pikachu is actually a very unforgiving character to learn at low levels. And the reason why I think we don't talk about this a lot is because we only see Axe play Pikachu and we just perceive that Pikachu is really good at certain matchups when in reality it's just Axe that's really good with the character and really good at the game. And what I mean by this is that if you play Pikachu against any top tier and you make minor mistakes in spacing, you get punished very hard and you get outright bullied. So for example, against Sheik, if you approach in an incorrect way, even if you hit Sheik, but you miss space afterwards, you can get grabbed and chain grabbed and take a lot of damage. Against characters like Peach, Samus, and Jigglypuff, not only do you have to hit your opponent in a certain way, you have to hit them in such a manner that you do not trade. The one thing that people forget to realize is that Pikachu does not actually do that much damage. You can see Pikachu run around in circles, do 10 hits, and then realize that you only did 30% damage, whereas Peach and other characters can trade a crouch cancel or a nair, and they actually do more damage to the Pikachu than the Pikachu does to the other character. When you play against Fox, Falco, and Marth, you get bullied on spacing. And these are the little things that Axe has had to solve on his own to discover how do you beat things like Sheik's forward tilt or Marth's insane range, or how to deal with crouch cancel. A lot of these things Axe has developed over time, and these are actually really hard to deal with as Pikachu. We also have to mention that Axe is insanely technical, and this is something that we tend to ignore. And the two examples I want to give that we take for granted is A, the recovery. If you ever watch Axe's recovery off stage, he has a million options to deal with edge guarding from his opponent. So if you ever see him, his up Bs are so intricate and precise, and he's had years of experience with it. Whereas if you pick up Pikachu, even if you play him with a little bit of time, you're not going to develop the options as quickly as Axe, and that's a big learning curve. Not only that, but Axe is one of the fastest players in the game. He will immediately act out of lag, so if he does a move, there's no pause with him, and he's one of the cleanest players that I've seen at the top level, which a lot of people tend to forget. Whereas other players, they can do one attack quickly, but they can't move to the next one because of the fact there's some lag and they don't know the immediate actionable frame. The Crimson Blur and I have talked about how good Pikachu is, but I'm beginning to question, is Pikachu really good because we only watch Axe, or is Pikachu actually just a good character? And I am conflicted on this because the way I watch Axe handle different situations, deal with oppressive attacks like Sheik's forward tilt or Marth's forward air, he has really precise spacing, he knows how to dash dance really well, and he knows how to pick his spots. And those are skill sets that are really hard to learn, and only like the top 30 to 40 people do decently well. And of course, Axe has had 10 years of experience with the character, going back to the old days of Genesis 1 and slightly before that. And so he knows options, he knows the answers to almost every situation. Whereas we see new players that try to pick up Pikachu realize this, that Axe is just insanely good, and he's developed a lot of time into the character. However, I will say this, I'm not going to say that Pikachu is bad. I also think that Pikachu is relatively unexplored. And what I mean by this is that when we watch Fox players, Lucky will have a different style than SFAT. SFAT has a different style than Leffen. Leffen has a different style than Mike Hayes. All these players have a very unique style that players can learn from. However, we can only really infer how to play Pikachu from one playstyle, that's an Axe, who's very aggressive and likes to take space and likes to move very quickly to overwhelm his opponent. I do believe there are other sides of Pikachu that have not been explored because no one has really spent the time investing into it. I will also have to give credit to some other Pikachu mains. There are players like Pikachad and DJ Nintendo who have seen some degree of success with Pikachu in the past with different styles. So it'll be interesting to see down the road if this video or if Axe's gameplay continues to inspire new and up-and-coming Pikachu mains to explore the character and learn new things about it. If you would like to see more characters be talked about or explored on Melee Science, go ahead and drop a line in the comments section or my Twitter. Thank you.